Today's episode is brought to you by
The Berenstain Bears.
The Berenstain Bears.
the Bear Stain Bears.
That's so good. That's so good,
But in all reality, today's episode is about the Mandela Effect and what our individual take on what the Mandela Effect is.
Simulation. We're living in a simulation.
Timeline hijack
Reality. Mind-filling patterns.
is reality.
Is reality. Hi, you guys.
Hi.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
We're here.
Welcome to Down the Rabbit Hole with the other kids.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for joining me today. My name's Brian,
I'm Wyatt.
And I'm Renee.
and we're just a bunch of goofballs sitting here talking about things you want to talk about at the dinner table.
And full disclaimer, just three goofballs here to entertain you, maybe make you think about your life decisions, make you laugh along the way. We're just here strictly for entertainment, so take what you will out of this, and hope you can just be here with us. Just the idea is to just sit around the campfire with us, okay? Pass some
Expand
time.
your mind a little bit.
Yeah,
Expand
go
your
down the
mind.
rabbit hole, and
Yes.
you know, 80% of the time we're probably right, 100% of the time. And the joke is, you know, I'm the world's smartest dumb person, so I'm pretty sure that's going to make itself pretty obvious.
Can't wait.
Today's topic, we're going to be talking about Mandela Effect and timeline hijack and potential matrix.
Yes.
And then the real version.
Oh!
These are the real versions. Don't let them lie to you.
It's just the truth, man.
So this is what I have so far is the Mandela Effect started. There was somebody that remembered Mandela dying and
Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela dying in the 80s in prison. I remember that actually, just I don't know, word of mouth or whatnot. And reality, or this reality at least, says he died as an old man in 2013 after getting out of prison, and I think became the president of his country. And yeah, so when that happened, people started saying, hey, that wasn't right, and this timeline's a little bit different. There's quite a few things that are not how I remember them, at least. I don't know about you, but there's some other things out there. Some of the obvious, like Star Wars. Luke, I am your father.
Yep.
Is that how you remember it?
It is how I
All right.
Yes, bro.
No,
bite
I
you.
am your father.
I know. I'll bite you.
I'm not.
I do remember that one.
Yeah. And then I remember Fruit of the Looms. And the Fruit of the Loom label being a bunch of fruit and a cornucopia. And our buddy, Mike, he's like, I didn't know what a cornucopia was until Fruit of the Looms. I was like, you know what? You're 100% right. I don't know what a cornucopia was either. That and the Bugle little
Bugle chips?
Yeah.
The horns?
Yeah. It was
From
a
the
cornucopia,
fingers?
man. That's how I knew what a cornucopia
Is
was.
that a cornucopia?
Kind of, in the same shape. Little horn looking
Yeah, I
thing.
guess. It's a bugle.
It is a bugle.
The one that freaks me out is Mirror, Mirror on the Wall.
Nope.
I swear
Okay,
it's
so let's
Mirror,
let's
Mirror
all,
on the Wall, not
That's our-
Magic Mirror.
Who's the
Ferris
Ferris.
fairest of them all? Yeah.
And it's Magic Mirror.
Yeah, that one blows my mind.
Because I specifically remember that.
Then this is one I truly remember the most, and where I started going down the rabbit hole, was Mickey Mouse. I remember Mickey Mouse having suspenders. He had red suspenders with little yellow buttons.
Yes.
Yeah. Nope.
Is he wearing shorts?
He was wearing shorts.
I actually think, see, that one I could, like, I feel like he was wearing shorts.
Yeah.
I don't remember suspenders on.
Okay, so
And this is the other thing that trips me out is, okay, we're a little bit older than Wyatt. Younger generation, I feel like they don't have the same memories.
That's what I'm saying. And so, like, for Nelson Mandela, that, like, the whole deal there, I mean, I was born in 99. I, like,
I
you
was
know,
in
a lot
high
of these
school in
things.
99.
You said Mandela Effect started in 2008. I was 8 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that stuff's not going to apply to me. The Star Wars one, though, I will say that is something I grew up watching, and that does get me. Like, Luke, I am your father. I feel like that's the most typical quote you hear. Like, that's everywhere, right? That's like commercials. That's like candy. That's like, yeah, I think M&M's commercial does something like that for Halloween at some point at some time.
They're just little things, and that's what we're going to get into today is different theories and I guess our own versions and theories of why we remember these things.
What's your favorite Mandela effect?
I think the one that hits home probably the most is the math, geography thing. So I used to have a globe when I was little. I loved it. I was obsessed with it. And I would spin it and hold my finger on the globe, and then wherever it would stop, it was where I knew I would go when I was older. And I remember seeing the United States, and right underneath it was South America, right? Well, if you look
Mexico, so Central America.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
if you look at the map now, it's actually not directly below anymore.
It's way to the right.
Yeah.
No, that's just geography, bro.
But it wasn't like that
No,
before. It was
actually,
directly
now that you say
underneath.
No, it's
that,
over here. It's like
But it wasn't. See, another, like,
no,
he's younger, so he doesn't
that's
have
just
the same.
misremembering as a
No,
kid.
I actually that she says that I never thought about that.
If you look at the maps,
As a kid, you would have the world map, and it was in a 2D form on the wall or on the whiteboard or blackboard, and you're right, it was
directly
underneath.
Okay, remind me to circle back to this because this goes. You just proved my theory. Thank you. Just proved it. That was it. I'll circle back when I get to my theory.
Okay.
Actually, my reality.
Okay.
quote unquote his reality.
Okay, what's your favorite?
Man, there's so many to pick from. I went
can't
down.
think of it on top of my head.
I went down the rabbit hole and I looked at all of them, and it just blows my mind how many things there are that so many people remember and so many people don't. And for the most part, I remember them the incorrect way.
Yeah, I wish I was Oscar Mayer Wiener.
Yeah.
Why would it be Oscar Mayer when it's spelled Mayer?
All right,
Because
so we're
it's
gonna
spelled Mayer now.
get into this really early, in 5 minutes in. If you ever ask me how to spell something, that's not gonna.
Disclaimer. I forgot to mention
Disclaimer.
that. Brian
Spelling.
and letters. Okay, this is.
Don't.
Where's our producer? Where's my camera? That one?
Yeah.
Camera one. We're so bougie. We have like 8 cameras. I'm serious. Hey, the makeup guy forgot to cover my pimple, by the way. I don't know if you see it.
There's not
Full
enough
disclaimer.
makeup to cover that. But
I am Brian's handler. Okay, I'm his translator. He cannot speak sometimes, so I fill in the blanks for him.
I
Yes.
speak just fine. It's just gibberish. I'll make up words.
Yes.
Like,
But it's great.
what do you always say? Supposedly. That's like my favorite. And you're like, I say it how I spell it.
Hey,
I'm like, you can't spell it, so I say it.
you know what? I'll meet you across the street, right? Across was with a T,
Across,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Say it as
gosh,
it-
I cannot.
My favorite Mandela effect, though, switching back gears.
Okay.
The Berenstein Bears.
Yes.
I
It
still don't know
is.
how to spell it. But see, when did the Berenstein Bears come out? Does Jamie know?
Let's find out.
Because we can go to my age. This is like a cross-reference thing. I think it came out, I'm going to guess in 96.
No, way before that.
94?
No,
No,
it was Dr.
It was
Seuss,
around
man.
when I was a kid.
Yeah, it was Dr. Seuss.
Oh, really?
Berenstein Bears were around probably from the 70s.
Oh, that's early.
Really?
Yeah, it was a Dr. Seuss.
Okay.
62.
Yes.
Okay, so Berenstein Bears. Berenstein Bears. Berenstein. Isn't that what it says?
Yeah,
So how do you spell it?
It's
So-
Brian, can you spell it?
I can actually.
Without looking. No.
Nope, no
No.
way. Not at all. Because I honestly would have spelled it B-E-A-R. They're bears. Like, but
I like that. That's good logic.
B-E-R-E-N-S-T-E-I-N. And that's how I'd spell it, is B-E-A-R. But
Okay, so S-T-E-I-n.
S-T-E-I-N.
That is-
That is the incorrect way.
The incorrect one.
Yeah,
It's
so the way
stain.
it's
It's
stain.
stain.
B-E-R-E-S-T-I or S-T-A-I.
Do we have the theme song? Does it actually say Berenstein? Is it pronounced Berenstein, or is it something we all just made up because we thought it was spelled that way? That's my
You
question.
know what? Jamie over here will
Thanks, Jamie.
add it. And
Can you
post
pull that up, Jamie? So, but because that's a. My thing is, maybe I go last. I think because I'm the logical one. Maybe I go last. I mean, it makes most. It makes the most sense. I think for Let's hear some craziness and then let's ground right back.
You got it, Wyatt.
The
That's
problem
not
is
good.
we
Brian.
want to save the best for last, so then Mariah should go last.
No, Brian, I
You
really
say
want to
for
hear
them
your
for?
theory.
All right, since I'm number one, I'll go first.
Okay.
My theory on this whole thing is
Wait, did you find it?
I did. Well, I
you
might
play
have.
it?
You want to play it?
Is it copyrighted?
Probably, but
That's our, they're our sponsors. It's okay, right?
Yeah.
They sponsor
They
it?
sponsor us.
Dr. Seuss has been dead for a long time.
I thought he just got locked in. Is that Mandela Effect?
Berenstein. Okay, I'm rewinding.
See bears.
Listen.
There's a twang to it.
Berenstein. That is the theme song?
Yeah.
What am I singing?
This is also the remake of the TV. Like this is the TV show, not the original book. The books were around forever. So that probably came out in the 90s. In all honesty. So that's probably how we remember it.
But what am I singing? Berenstein, Bears. What is that?
I don't know. Maybe somebody that's watching can figure it out and tell us in the comments.
There are hundreds of thousands of viewers,
Yeah.
millions maybe even.
Millions.
Hey, if you can
Supposedly,
remember
I'm
what
the
I'm
one that
talking
was
about,
dropped on
write
their
that in the comments. And sponsors,
All right. So my theory starts actually in 2008. So maybe this is where it all picks up at. But 2008 in Europe, there was the Hadron Collider. It was called the Large Hadron Collider, and it was by CERN. Not CERN. Yeah,
CERN.
and it was originally debuted in 2008. And what it was is they took two particles and shot them around this huge tube that was miles long, I think, 3 miles long or so, and they would hit each other, and it would cause such high impact that it was creating potentially like micro black holes.
Michael
And
Blackmore?
micro black holes.
What is a micro black hole?
So very small black holes.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
What
That's
does
a
that do?
theory. That's not technically what they're doing, right?
Yeah,
They're
everything I'm saying is a theory.
crashing. But
They're-
what,
they're
what
crashing
exactly
particles.
Is, yeah, they're crashing
They're
particles.
crashing particles, and it's creating essentially a Big Bang. Like it's creating so much energy that they're ripping matter apart, and they're afraid that it's causing little micro black holes. There's been physicists that talked about it. You can go on, and YouTube is going to talk about it 100 different ways. But the theory is once you have these micro black holes, that you then can change the fabric of time, and you can hijack timelines, because now there's this little doorway, and you crash into another timeline. So my theory, I guess, is that there's multiple dimensions, and it's kind of like a book. And as you read a book, the entire book is this thick, and you open to any given page, and all you can see is the page that you're reading, and that's our dimension. But if you were to flip the page, it's a whole different set of writing. It's a whole different set of writing. It's a whole different dimension, right? But if you hold that page up to a light, that one page, you can see both words sometimes. And that's where it gets really, really finite. And if there was enough energy to create this little micro black hole, maybe these two pages tore, and all of a sudden it's just one reality now. Our timeline kind of stopped, and that we remember for the most part, and this was inputted. The reason I say this is it started in 2008, and then they started really ramping it up. And in 2012, you had, they were using it, and in 2012, if everybody remembers, December 21st, 2012 was supposed to be the end of the world, and like everybody
End of
was
the Mayan calendar.
end of the Mayan calendar, yeah, the Baktun. Everybody was super focused on, oh, it's the end of the world, let's have these end of the world parties. I remember going to an end of the world party. And
Did things get crazy?
we
Did
won't,
everyone think they were gonna
we
die?
won't talk about it.
You
What
gotta
happened?
stay monetized, remember?
Yeah, there's no,
Easy.
can't swear. But all that being the case, I remember everybody was so worried. It was kind of like
Y2K?
Y2K.
Yes.
and everybody was preparing for that too. But with the end of the Baktun and the end of this calendar, time was supposed to reset and everything was supposed to go. It came and went. It came and went so quickly. But everything after that point is when the Mandela Effect really started picking up. And my theory is maybe our reality did stop and just got hijacked onto another timeline.
The interesting thing about your theory is they did find the Higgs boson. CERN found the Higgs boson in 2012.
What's Higgs boson?
That's the God particle, and it's like the proof of reality, the proof that there's this substance that creates this field that is all around us in space.
Whoa.
And so it's interesting how they're parallel, how they're all kind of connected. These dates are very similar and aligned. So it makes me wonder if CERN really has something to do with the Mandela Effect and the timelines, because it's all matching.
Do you guys know what CERN stands for?
No.
I don't know either. I guess it sounded like I knew what I was talking about, but no, I was actually asking a question.
CERN.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess like Center for Energy and
Central European.
Oh, you're a close friend.
Central European Research Network.
Networking.
Oh gosh, that's in a different language.
Yeah.
The Council of European.
Research and Network. Anyway, okay, so it's some kind of Central European deal. They're
It's a black hole machine.
European Council for Nuclear Research.
I want to see a micro black hole. What does that look like? Does it turn into a big black hole, or is it only suck a little bit?
If you ate enough, I'm sure it would.
What does it eat?
It's kind of like me. You eat enough, you get big enough, you know.
But it is a theory that, them messing with.
Yeah, time and space right there.
If it is, because if they're creating a Big Bang, essentially,
Yeah.
that could be ripping this field that they proved exists.
But isn't the Big Bang also just a theory?
If you want to go down the route, I
is.
think you're going to go down.
No, I'm like seriously, like it's called the Big Bang Theory, the TV show.
True.
That's
So,
a TV
like-
show.
Good point.
So most physicists, all 88%, 80%,
80% of the 20%.
agree that it had to start somewhere, and it started from this one spot, and now they're starting to measure light across the universe and the galaxies, and it only goes to an X amount of time, 16, 18 maybe billion years ago, and it all originates back to the same point. And it's all spreading out. Now that's a whole nother topic which I
It
want to
is
go
a whole
down,
nother.
because the Big Bang in itself, I have theories upon that. What if time is only relevant because we're so close to our sun and there's gravity, and gravity affects time, so in all reality time is not stagnant. And then there's a theory that light, once you get closer to the speed of light, time stops still. So when a particle of light, what's that?
Time stops still.
Time stops still.
Time stops still. And so as it stops still, it travels, and even if it was 100,000 light years away, it gets here and it's the same exact time it left that star, because time doesn't exist. If that's all the case, then what if the Big Bang is kind of like a combustion in a motor, and it's a bunch of different bangs, since time's not relevant, and it's just the spark, a quick flash, and then it seems like it takes billions and billions of years for it to disperse, but that's only relevant to us and our distance and our place in the universe. What if it was just a microsecond, and it's just one bang after the other bang after the other bang after the other bang?
So infinite universes.
Yeah, and we're all sitting in a 57 Chevy somewhere, and it's just the spark plug going off. Just some other
So you
universe.
think it's continuously happening?
Personally,
Huh.
I don't think there's just one Big Bang. I
Can it
think
be a 64K20?
it could be right behind you.
One day we'll get it.
And so, yeah,
I don't know. I have a little bit of a hard time with like the multiple, yes, and like the parallel universes and us switching from one to the other because of the black hole thing. I feel
it
like
just
it's
sounds funny when you say it like that.
it's so weird.
Like that's like when you simplify it, just sounds like
It's a micro black hole.
it's a micro black hole, and all of a sudden you're a different page, different reality.
I think we're living in a simulation. I think that makes more sense. I think that it makes more sense that this is all like a computer program, and especially when it comes to AI and how advanced we're becoming, I can see us being some artificial being that has created a whole world in a computer game, and then that becomes so advanced that it makes its own reality in a computer game, and then it just keeps going and going and going.
So I actually saw Neil deGrasse Tyson actually said something very similar, and he said it was like the rushing.
Good friend of the show, right? He'll be on Monday.
One day. We have a friend as a friend, apparently.
Yeah, we actually do.
He's going to be on here.
That
He'll
is
be on here.
legit. Dude, that'd be so cool. What a catch.
But he said that it's like rushing nesting dolls, where it's one within the other, and each reality or each simulation keeps stacking upon itself. And the clip that you can pull up anywhere says like the video game gets so smart that it creates a video game, and
Yes.
that video game gets so smart it creates a video game, and it's forever going. That's all. In all reality, change the verbiage. That's different dimensions.
Yeah, I guess you could still say that it's different dimensions if you look at it that way.
Yeah, that's just stepping through the mirror. Is all it's doing. Is like when you put two mirrors up to each other and you do that the
But
forever mirror.
you can't take one and move it into another.
You change the code in one to change the code in the next. It will change the code in the third.
But it does make sense because, like, the Mandela Effect could be an update to the system, like, and that's why we glitched out and have the Mandela Effect because not everything updated correctly.
But aren't we a part of the code, so wouldn't it just be... If that was the thing, wouldn't we be a part of the code? Like, code would be determining everything, so wouldn't we just follow right along?
And most of us have,
Not have questions, but why would it not update all of us?
just like any other computer system. Sometimes glitches happen.
Well, not only that, there's proof that as AI and computer systems evolve, there's a certain amount of autonomy that it gets. So if we're so developed, just to back you up, is if we get so developed, I think individually each one of our processors can have its own individual little bit of freedom to where...
Like free will.
Yeah, exactly, if you want to say that.
I can see that. I mean, it's a theory, right?
Yeah. You can tell us your theory?
I think it's much simpler. I think it's reality of how our brains process things. So I think that our memory is actually the most unreliable factor that we have. So there's the saying, you never remember what people say or what they do, you remember how they make you feel. So you could have one of the biggest moments of your life that you remember every detail, but you won't even remember what someone said. Like, how crazy is that? Like,
Oh, that's weird.
it could be like a wedding day and you could mess that up. So you could Mandela affect yourself on a wedding day, right? Like, maybe you think the vow is one thing and you just remember what you were feeling inside. That's the most accurate thing to have.
But what if 40% of the people at the wedding remember the same thing and none of them have the same conversation with each other?
So that comes into the next part of that is societal like pressure. So it's proven that it's even with habits, right? I'm reading a book sponsored by them, Atomic Habits, and it even talks about like many of your habits are determined by the people you hang out with. So if someone does something, you'll just follow along. Like they've done studies where they have people sit down and they have like one person who doesn't know what's going on, and they'll like assign people to like they're answering random questions that are very easy to answer. Like, oh, how many dogs do you see on the screen? And like they're testing them basically like, oh, like there's obviously like 4 dogs. and then like everyone says their answer out loud, like, and you can see what everyone's doing. So one person has no idea; they're just doing the thing. They'll add more and more people from different rounds, and if there's like 2 people, the person will answer by themselves, like, "Oh, I see 4," and the other people say 5. Okay, I see 4 still. Like, they're like, what's wrong with these people? They add 3 people now. If 3 people say 5, they kind of question themselves and they're like, "No, I see 4." After they see 4 people say 5, they change their answer.
What?
Even though they know it's 4, this is
So it's a visual version of telephone.
It's not telephone. No.
No, 'cause
It's
they're all in
they're
the group
just going
together.
with the herd. They
Yeah.
just go with the herd. So the fact that so many
Weird.
people say, "Luke, I am your father," and that's what everyone says, your brain just subconsciously agrees with the construct. So 40% of the people at the wedding say that, you just kind of agree with them. Like, oh, they must know what they're talking about. We're just human. Like we're pack animals. Like that's what we do. So we actually deny our own thoughts at the pleasure of being a part of the pack, following the crowd.
Okay, but that doesn't explain my map and my globe.
So
Because I did not know
perfect.
anything
My next
about
part.
that.
So my next part is this. So we actually just proved that there's 2 people here. I still think there's only 2, right? Like I think I know where it's at, but you both are like, oh no, it's vertical, right?
Yes.
If there were like 4 other people here explaining that to me, I might be like, maybe it is vertical. So there's that.
Okay.
But for you personally, our brain just fills in gaps. We are pattern-seeking beings. We see things. We learn habits. Everything we do is just patterns, right? So like you're driving to work and you see someone put their brakes on. That's a habit in your brain of like brake, right?
Okay.
When you start to forget things in your memory because it's so unreliable, you fill in the gaps with what makes sense. Fruit of the loom, right? You picture a basket with fruit coming out. When other people say
Cornucopia.
cornucopia, you picture a weave basket with fruit in it, right? Because that's what other people are saying too. Because if you're questioning it, right? Fruit of the loom, I'm like, oh man, I know there's fruit in it. And then someone's like, yeah, in that basket, right? Like that's a thing because now it's just become a thing, right? That like people say. You're like, oh, maybe there was a basket in there. And if 5 people are saying it, you're like, oh yeah, there's a basket in there. So you're filling in the gaps. North America, South America, directly underneath. When you're a kid, you don't understand. How long ago was that? That was probably, what, 20 years ago? 25, right?
Right.
So I'm saying 30 years ago, right? Like, 30 years ago, how many memories do you have from 30 years ago? Like,
Quite a few.
yeah, and how accurate are they? Not that accurate. 20% of the time, they're 80% of the time, right? So, my point is you just fill in gaps, right? There's something that you have A and C, your brain's going to put in B based off of pattern.
I
North
get
and
what you're
south.
saying. I get what you're saying for the majority of things. But I just can't wrap my head around that one because I remember it. I remember it.
And the problem is it's just inaccurate.
I disagree.
I've been so wrong.
That's
with so
not
many
fair for
memories.
you to say that our memory is inaccurate.
Mine
What
is
if-
too.
Okay, but what if the programmed you to think this way?
Oh. Then where's my free will? Then where'd my free will go?
They just programmed you just to be
So
just enough as respect.
let me put it this way. I just had the event last night where I fell asleep at the wheel. Okay? Adrenaline was pumping. I went into fight or flight, and I tried to remember every single detail. Okay? I just went and drove to the spot where it was today, and as I was driving there, like I just thought of this. I was like, oh, it was like right here. Oh, no, it was right here. Oh, wait, I think there was a fence. Oh, wait, I don't remember. Dude, this happened last night. And I was in fight or flight, so I was absorbing every amount of information possible. Like, that's what you do in fight or flight. That's
Yeah.
just proven, right?
Slow-mo.
Like, slow motion, like your eyes, they dilate, everything. Like, you're trying to grab everything you can to get information to act. Just from last night, not even 24 hours, we're talking about 16 hours ago. Like, that happened, and I couldn't even tell you where it happened, and it's 3 minutes away from my house. Like, my brain just filled in the gaps. I'm like, I remember I went from the right to the left. I know I sat in the ditch here, but I thought it was like, oh, is it in between this and this? And then it was like, as I was driving, I was like, oh no, it was almost right here. Oh yeah, no, it happened right here. Oh no, maybe not quite yet. And then more and more and more, and then I was like, oh, there it is. But I was so confident of where it was at first that I just filled in the gaps, right? It happened somewhere between here and here. And then as I get closer and closer, I just see, oh, maybe, but you don't tell yourself that because you're so sure of what you're saying.
That was
Permission,
also a one-time thing, though.
permission to go
Happens all the time.
and adrenaline, but permission to go even further down the rabbit hole. This is gonna hit home. It's gonna get a little personal, but
I'm an open book, bro.
yeah, we're gonna free.
With pages overlapping each other and realities changing.
That's right. We're gonna free fall through dimensions right now. So, piggybacking off of your belief, then, doesn't that then equate to everything in life? If nobody's memory is good enough and word of mouth is not, we can't trust it, then basic beliefs, everyone's belief is then default, like it should be defaulted, because in all reality,
I see what you're saying.
the Bible was written hundreds of years after Christ, but it's written
Less than.
Yeah, it was less.
Less than.
When
There
did
were
it start, like
5,000
20?
copies of it.
so when Christ died, there was a book. There was somebody writing a book.
Within, I think, 30 years. It was
Yeah,
being
within
written.
30 years. So same thing. My memory within 30 years.
Yep.
Still
So within 30 years, the book was written
yes.
from people that were there,
First-hand accounts.
first-hand accounts.
Yep.
The entire book. And the King James version.
Gospels. Multiple people, that's the difference, though. Is the Gospels are 4 different people's accounts of the same event.
So we just
So that'd be like if like our recount of let me put it this way: when we were backpacking and we saw the lightning deal
okay.
What
and the sound. Right?
We'll have to talk about that, but so
Okay.
I want to finish this topic though. So if you can't remember yesterday, how does somebody remember 30 years later?
I can remember yesterday.
How do you remember it with enough detail,
Accuracy.
enough
You fill in
accuracy?
the gaps.
And then the story's been retold and retold and retold, and it's just not. It's all religions, because all religions first-hand accounts, but who watched the first-hand account be written? How do we know? How can we be so? That's where faith comes in. But how do you know that it was written then? There's nobody standing over their shoulder. There's no written proof that the written proof was written then.
So they have found the Dead Sea Scrolls too. That's
Yeah,
a real
but
thing, and the Emerald Tablet.
Okay,
Not
but
that
you cannot timestamp those to 30 years after. It could have been 80 years. It could have been 100 years.
Well, the thing is, the Roman Empire was so accurate. This is something I'm not like. I can't
But
battle
the
this.
Dead Scrolls were not found by the Romans. The Dead
No, they just found them recently.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the Old Testament like directly corresponds with the New Testament, and they reflect off of each other so accurately. That's what was so crazy.
So where's the Book of Enoch?
Go ask Wesley Huff. I don't know. This is like my thing is this. I don't know enough details about that to argue that specifically. But I do know. I know what you're saying.
So what I'm also saying is if there's even more information that we're not being told in religion that then makes it, or that's being withheld because they don't want you to know it. So
Who's there?
whoever's withholding it, because there is the Book of Enoch. It was found with the Dead Sea Scrolls, and it was also found in another source that timestamps prior to all this. And there's entire chapters that are missing because it doesn't fit the narrative. And then you just have the whole Vatican basement, or hopefully we don't get blacklisted. You have the Mossad that collects their information, or you have
Here's the
all
thing.
major religions that are going to, and all major governments that want to change the narrative. So if that's the case, then what you're trying to describe, nothing is trustworthy.
I don't agree. Because what you're doing is you're taking one thing that I said about one person's memory, and then
You didn't say one person's memory. You're saying
I just did. I said her memory.
40% of people's memories.
yeah, exactly for certain events. If I was to say that about everything, then nothing. We wouldn't know anything. Like I'd be like, oh, like was I don't know, Oprah Winfrey show, you know, like that would be like that means that none of our information is completely. I'm saying it's
Oprah
not.
Winfrey's a person, not a show. The Oprah Winfrey Show was a show. Thank you very much.
I'm just kidding.
Fucking talking.
My point is this: it's like we fill in gaps with unreliable information, and it all combines together, right? Everything I just said combines together. That creates these Mandela Effect things, where Luke, I am your father. I've heard that 1,000 times now, right? At some point, someone said it, and then things switched, and then like we're not that sure of it, right? All we know is that there's Luke and Darth Vader, right? And they are the father. And it's almost either that I am your father, or what's the actual thing?
No.
No, I'm your father.
No, I'm your father. So Luke and no. Like, you could easily replace that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that everything that everyone remembers is inaccurate. I'm saying that like our memory is unreliable to the stance where we don't remember exact details perfectly. We remember very big events. We remember the majority of things, right? But maybe our most accurate details can be misconstrued individually. And when groups get together and say these things, that's how things can go. All those things.
Just prove my point. That's kind of what I'm
The
saying.
same about the Gospels.
Just not gospels, like anything. You talk about government, and you put a bunch of right-leaning individuals in a room, a bunch of left-leaning individuals in a room, and they're going to be told the same news. And at the end of the day, they're going to hear two different things and go to war over it.
That's true.
So if you want to add the human element to the Mandela Effect and memory and stuff like that, then you then have to question all reality. Then I'm going to have to go back to it's timeline. It's timeline thing. It just happened timeline.
But see, that's a really black and white way to look at it. That's very inductive reasoning. Because of one thing, not everything has to be this way.
Well,
As opposed to deductive would be I see these clues and I'm drawing one conclusion to it.
I think that if you take the shades black and white and every variant in between, it's a very good way to look at it, because then you pretty much eliminate everything except color, but you have every shade in between there. Therefore, I'm right.
I think my point being is it's not a black and white. I think a lot of things we try to apply, it's just this theory is everything that explains everything else. That's like taking one thing and just applying it to everything. But I think it'd be more black and white, or more gray than that, where it's like a couple of these theories can slip through and happen. Otherwise, everything would be Mandela Effect. So the unreliability of our memories with certain details, mixed with the fact that the group pressure kind of thing, the pack mentality, and then what else did I say? See, I don't know what else I said. Unreliable memories, and then filling in the gaps.
Quit trying to prove your own point, forgetting what you said.
I know. I'm super enticing, right? I come doing myself. But my point is, the gap filling thing, really makes the most sense for, the cornucopia, or Luke, I'm your father, or No, I'm your father. Things like that. Mandela Effect thing, right? Someone goes to prison, they're very sick. The whole thing it started with was Nelson Mandela is super sick in prison. No one else knows what happens after, right? So the gap is just there.
People remember there
funeral,
being a whole funeral,
the wife.
hours-long funeral, specific details.
Mm-hmm.
How is it possible that multiple people, thousands and thousands of people, have these memories of something that never happened?
So my thing is, I can't say I've never met these people, because that's not a very good argument. My thing is, it's for me, it's so non-existent, and for what people does actually belong to. But the reason it all started was he went to prison. He was very sick. Didn't he end up becoming something very important after?
Yes.
Where he had a ceremony and things like that, where people who paid attention that much. I'm being serious. What Americans paid attention?
People that were adults back then.
He was
at that time.
he was the MLK of the next generation.
Yeah.
In America.
No, for the world.
Yeah.
He was very influential.
Because all I know is a lot of Americans are not very good at world politics. And so, all I'm saying is you could easily misidentify.
Maybe your generation. Our generation was educated better.
I get what you're saying, no way.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's you can miss the actual details that happened and say there was some kind of big thing that happened and he was very sick going to prison, so you just assume he died, and then in between there, there must be a funeral with a big celebration.
So one of the theories I saw was there was another activist around the same time in Africa. Not 100% his name, I'm sure his name. But he did die in prison. And people started saying it was him. No. People remember his wife taking up Mandela's cause. People remember the funeral. These are first person memories. There's a story of people watching it on TV that knew him directly or indirectly and watched the entire thing. And then when they were told, no, he died in 2013, they're like, no, I watched the funeral. I was there with his, I saw his wife after the fact. I was in the room, this big auditorium, but I was in this room with his wife giving the speech. There's first-hand accounts that are left and right.
Which is why the detail is why I think your theory lacks a little bit. Doesn't.
I don't know enough about it to be able to argue that. To be real about the Mandela.
Supposed to do homework today. You know enough about this topic.
Well, I did, but I didn't research the actual Mandela part.
Oh. Well, just the effect part, right?
I thought we were all just going off the cuff. We just knew all this right off the top of our head.
That's right.
how.
We'll just blame the concussion from the crash last night.
I got a crash last night.
Yeah. Well, I like this topic, guys. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for joining. I love being able to talk about anything and everything, and I really do appreciate you guys and the hard questions, the hard answers.
Yeah.
And hopefully everybody enjoyed it.
Before we end, would love to have a little pep talk.
Pit talk?
You open to it, Wyatt?
Let's do it.
Let's
I have a
do
good
a
one.
pit talk.
I have a note that I
Alright.
wrote down.
Yay.
You know what? I actually thought about it. I was trying to decide which one I liked. I was between two. My favorite thing, but also something I wrote down recently, and it has to be very fitting with your time in the
Yes.
Matrix, right?
Agreed.
Mandela Effect. So you got to pull my notes up. Stand by. So I just like to write things down. I like to think about some crazy things sometimes, and if stuff just pops in my head, I kind of write it down or think about it or whatever it may be. And this kind of came to me in December, and I was really thinking about how important time is and how I used to view it, and I viewed time as like something fleeting and something that I was losing out on, and I viewed it in a very negative sense. And what I came to find out is like how important time is and how it's our most precious commodity, and like how to use it, not be afraid of it. So this is from the old mug. Okay?
Okay.
So I wrote, time is our most precious commodity. It's the highest valued currency. We don't know how much we have. We don't know when our bank will be empty. Its value changes depending on your attitude, your circumstances, and your age. The older you get, the faster time moves. So why not spend it in the greatest way possible? If it's our greatest currency, don't hold on to it and hoard it. Money is made to be spent, and so is time. The greatest trick I've learned is to be aware of your perspective on time. I used to feel that I was losing time or spending it while I watched my savings drain. I felt as if I was trying to hold on to it. The key is to allocate it. The piggy bank of time is going to spill. The question for you is, what will you use your money on and why? I found not to fear losing it, but rather spend it on those you love, those who need you, those whose company lightens your day. After all, time is going to move on, but did you buy the right memories? The gift of the present should be given out of love, and because you want to, not because you have
Dang, Wyatt.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I think that's my favorite thing about time in general is it is a construct. And realistically, this just popped in my head. My time could have been out yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, And when I was driving home after this, and I think of all the things I've thankful for, all the amazing things we're able to do. Like I might not have been here, Like at this moment, sitting here talking to you guys. And so like to be able to use time to your advantage and spend it, not hold on to it, not hoard it, not fear losing it. Just go out and like spend it on who you want to.
Actually,
Why waste it? Live it. Like it keeps spilling. You're not, you can't plug the hole. It's just gonna keep coming out no matter what. So like, don't just hold your pennies in the corner and not live your life, right? Go do some amazing things with people you love. Like, why not?
Absolutely.
So just something to make you think, anyway.
Love it.
Well, I'm glad in this timeline, this dimension,
In this simulation.
you're here with us.
Yes.
I love you, brother.
Love you guys too, a lot. I love everybody out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, and we love you. Thank you for joining us.
You guys have a great day.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole, and thank you for bearing with us during these growing pains through the first couple episodes. Right now, we're trying to figure out what we're doing and a little bit of growing pains, but we recorded these first episodes and they just were so good and so spontaneous that we can't re-record them. So hopefully in the next couple episodes we have it figured out and thank you for joining us and bearing with us.